Welcome back to the Frozen Frontier. In this episode, we're back in the Cosmodrome, finishing up Picturesque and preparing for some vehicle recoveries down the line. We kick things off in the Tatarin before switching over to the Kahn Sentinel for its first mission, straight up a mountain. Expect some scenic views, a few questionable choices, but everything we do here sets up what's coming next. Let's get after it. Hey guys, we are back in the Cosmodrome in Amur, and I really want to get up here and discover the island, and then we'll get to the apiary. And there's a couple more tasks up here we need to discover. Actually, what's this one? This must be a delivery point for something. I haven't been up here yet, so I left the garage, and we're gonna head up this back way. We'll try to get to Takes One to Find One. Hopefully find a way across to the island, and then maybe get down here to Lost But Not Forgotten. From there, I'd like to get to Shore Collapse. And up the apiary. So, I don't know. But we're going to start with this first. So we're going to head down there, try to pick up that task, and hit the island. It's our #1 goal for right now. I'm sure this trailer needs to go somewhere. What would this be for? Let's see what we have. We have so many. Where's the Tuz at? If we were to rescue that. Okay, that's over there. That's something we could possibly do. Stargazer, Misadventure. Takes one to find one. We have to drag that Scout 800 back to the garage, so that's something we could possibly do today. Oh, we have an abandoned town up here. That's the first thing we're gonna do. Let's track that. Let's get that discovered. We have a lot going on all over. And I think things are gonna kind of mesh together like they have been, and we're gonna be working on multiple projects at once. Turn the lights on so we can see a little bit. But first we're doing a little exploring up here in new territory. I also have the Kahn Sentinel set up. Because from the last episode, if you remember, we were trying to get down here in the south to the old lumber mill and to activate Misadventure. But we couldn't really get down there at all with Teg. I didn't want to risk it. Teg is still sitting there. So we might try to bring the Kahn Sentinel down here in the future to get down there, because it looked like it might even be too wide for the Tatarin here. So alright, well, perfect. We have icy rocks to climb and probably nothing to winch off of, so let's see how this goes. There's a little bit of snow there we can grip against. Don't want to get turned sideways here. Let's get that front wheel. There we go. Let's use that. Ugh. Keeps springing us back. We need to get that front wheel against the right side there and hopefully ride that red edge of that rock up where we can get traction. We're so close. We're so close, just not quite getting it. Alright, let's try winching over to that tree. Seeing. It's not quite high enough, but maybe we can keep our front tires pressed up against there just enough. But no, it's not going to work. Alright guys, let's see if we can go around the rocks. I don't know. We might have better luck going this way. Through the snow instead of over that. It's just the smallest ice patch too. And we get between those branches. Nice. Alright, this is going to work until it doesn't. Does not seem at all promising. If I'm being honest, does not seem very promising. Probably going to get stuck. We're not going to be able to go that way any further. Oh boy, I don't know. Maybe we should have brought in the Kahn with with chain tires up here already. Maybe that's what we should do. Alright, so follow these trees around a little bit. This is just going to be a little puzzle for us until we can get through here. This is not the way I would recommend that you or anybody else should ever go. But we're kind of committed. Now, can we force it up through here? Can we force it up through here? We might have just enough trees to keep us upright. Okay, well, I'm liking the way this looks. Now we might be able to get on the other side of this pass. Come out here on the rocks. We need to find a good way down. Let's see. I mean, we can probably send this thing just straight over. If we're careful, we can probably make this work. Okay. So close to flipping it. No, 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 no. Dang it. Keep rolling. Roll. Roll. Yes. Yes, we saved it. We saved it. Okay, that is not the way you should come up over that hill, but it worked for us today. Could we replicate it? Probably not. Alright, now we're almost to this abandoned town. I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't a task up here or something. Maybe not. Maybe it's just truly an abandoned town we're going to drive through and discover. Which is fine too. Oh, come on. Come on. That you telling me. You're telling me. That was frustrating. We just took a lot of damage over that log right there. I suppose. About tore our tank in half. Alright, so we just need to drive along here. I hope we don't get into another really icy spot. But we're almost down. So once we get down there, we'll be down to the ice. We have about 1/10 of a mile to go. And then we'll be down to a crossroads where we can go. Maybe we'll want to go start dragging that truck. This, I think it's a Scout 800 if I remember right. Or maybe we just want to get over to the island. Oh my gosh! That's what I get for looking up at my mission. Okay, let's see here. And this is probably going to be no fun to cross, but let's see what we got. Let's stop right here. Let's stop right here and let's have a look. So really, we just need to get down and tag that. What do we want? But maybe we'd rather just pull that along the... I don't know that we can, though, guys, because we got this rock ledge right here. I'm pretty sure this is going to have to be pulled back up this way. I think we're going to have to. So we need to find a way to get out onto that ice. And it looks like everywhere there I would fall through. So we're going to try to hug these rocks. When I fall through the ice, this thing doesn't always get through that real well. Okay, so we see it down there. Alright, do we want to... Maybe we want to just come up here like this. Drive off here. Oh, right into the ice. We don't want to get into. Nice and tight. Let's keep it nice and tight. Okay. I feel like if I go much further ahead, probably. There's been music on this whole time. Gosh dang it. I don't want to get a copyright claim. Okay. Get that off. So sometimes, when I leave SnowRunner and come back in, it resets all my settings. Like I'll change gallons back to liters and whatnot. Do I want to keep going that way, or do I want to try to get out to... Try to get out here on the ice. Bigger ice if we can. The ice pack, if you will. Okay, let's try to stay on the ice pack. Now, do I have room to turn around? Probably not. Probably not. Can actually drive on that a little bit. Now, where is this going? Back to the garage. I don't really want to take it back the way we came, but we could probably bring a different truck. We could probably bring something different. We're definitely going to haul it back with us, so we don't have to come back out here to grab it. And then we're going to find a way across this thing to hit the island for picturesque. All right, so let's grab this. Let's pull you. Hopefully I don't lose you in the river. Okay, I think I got you close enough now. Now all we need is one of these chunks of ice to springboard us up into the air. Alright guys, looking good so far. So far, very happy with this. There's a weird glitch in the water right there. Do you see that? Weird water glitch. Okay, let's put you... We're going to put you right here. Alright, you stay right there. We'll come back for you later. Alright. Now we should be able to cross the river here. I assume this is still the Urska River. Maybe not. Probably not. It's hard to say. Okay. Now. Alright, good. Now let's activate the island here. Let's activate this so we can find it. Okay, it should be just up here. Alright, now... let's drive out here on the ice. Alright, nice. Now we'll need one more. Now I think what we'll do is I think we'll try to cross right here. Whoops. What we'll do is try to cross right here. And that's probably going to be rocky. Probably not going to be great there. But maybe we could come to here and then drive out here and go to Lost But Not Forgotten. I think that's going to be our plan for now. And we'll get across there. Let's see what we can do. Let's actually track that if we can. Okay, that one goes to the village. Where's the village? That also goes back that direction. Alright, seems like a pretty safe crossing. Here we go. Whoa. Ooh. Sprung us up a little bit. Alright, let's look at her. Yeah, I think we definitely want to follow this a little bit more instead of just driving straight out there into the water. Pretty hazardous right here. Back up just a little bit. Alright, we'll take this just a little bit wider and see if that helps. Nothing to winch to. Okay, but our positioning's much better there. Okay. All about positioning. Looks like someone drove through here. Should be just about to. Yeah, shouldn't be too hard to get over there. Grab that Tuz. Running a little low on fuel though. We used a lot of fuel on that hill, I think. Alright, let's look at this. Yeah, I think we can probably sneak through here. Alright, so we're seeing a lot of new area today here in Cosmodrome. A lot of area we have not been to so far. Alright, where is that? There it is. Okay, so what do we think? Maybe we want to just pull it down through here to there. That might be the best. Okay, we can't afford to take too much water damage. Alright. Let's grab you. Let's help you out of here. We just want to help you out of here. Okay. Oh, I didn't hook to the truck. I hooked to a tree. Alright, we're going to drag you out of here by your door. There we go. Now we should be able to attach to the back of it. There we go. Alright, now let's pull you out. Let's see. Probably just go right up over here. And I think this is one of those loads of medium logs up here. From the first time we came through the Cosmodrome when we were exploring, I think there was 2 or 3 trailers that had medium logs, and this is definitely one of them. So that's not going to be too hard to get to, I don't think. We're going to get to the road and see just how tough that is, but we have a couple missions that need logs, so I'll have to come down here and get that at some point. That'll save us a trip from Urska River, but I still haven't seen a way out of still needing to go over there for some logs because we need quite a few. I think we need something like 5 medium logs or something. Alright, so we're almost back to the road. Okay, so I don't want to cross this yet. So why don't we leave the Tuz right there? We're going to leave it right there. We're going to get that later. And we are going to now, finally, we've been waiting, we're going to go down to shore collapse and see what we need. Okay, so we're going to need a backup, and then we're going to go down to shore collapse. Because that'll open up another route for us. You know, we might get to a better crossing. Maybe not. I mean, this is probably the railroad. Is this a road or railroad? This might be a road. I don't know, it feels like it's a railroad. It doesn't look like it on here, but I swear that might be a railroad. But, you know, that might open up a better way across there. And it looks like we need to put in a bridge down here, so we're going to need to get down there also. But anyway, first things first, let's get down to shore collapse. We are still doing quite a bit of scouting for, what is this, like our fourth episode? Fourth or fifth episode here in the Cosmodrome. We can get around everywhere pretty good, though. I mean, it's just a very big map. Road's washed out right here. There we go. We're almost up there. Alright, what do we need? Another rock slide. We're already here anyway, so why stop now? I think you know what to do. Yes. 2 metal beams. Okay, where do we have metal beams? I feel like there's some back over here. And I think there's an unlimited supply of them. Okay, so... we are kind of stuck right here. I'm not sure that we can go on any further there. And I don't think I really have any need to. So what do we want to do next? Alright, we could work on getting up here to the apiary. There's a road that might not be great. It's pretty windy. But that would lead us up there. So I think we're going to take that road. Why not go to the garage, let's get out the Kahn Sentinel, and let's see how well it does this. I think that would be a great test for this truck. Actually, I might already have it out. Yes, I do. Alright, here it is. We have it all set up. Do we want to put chain tires on it, though, is the question. We're going to deal with more... ice? You know, this could be very icy here. But there's probably a lot of trees to pull off of. Let's just see how it does with chains. I'm probably going to regret this. Let's just see how it does with chains. Let's put chain tires on here. Chained. Will I regret putting chains on this for this trip? It's quite possible. Get a look inside here. Right here is the Kahn. The Kahn Sentinel. I remember when we recovered this. We were gifted it. So let's head on over. You know what? We should probably map out a route because we'll miss it. Go here. Then we'll just start going up here. And I think we can follow it till there. Alright, so let's get on our way. Normally I scout in the Tatarin, but we're going to take this just because I want to give it a test, see how it does. I must remember I don't even have the all-wheel drive on. We're going to preserve as much fuel as we can. I don't know how thirsty this truck is. Yeah, see, that just about doubles the fuel when you put it in all-wheel drive, so we'll get as far as we can with it off. And I do have fuel in the truck, so without a doubt we'll have enough fuel to get up there if we used four-wheel drive for the whole thing, but let's just see. Let's just see how it does till we need it. We don't want to tip here. This would be a tip hazard in this truck for sure. Turn on that all-wheel drive. We are not going to do quite as well as we would with mud tires here, but we should still be able to function. Alright, here's our turn. We'll start heading up the mountain. Gonna need that diff lock here for sure. Boy, I don't know. We might have made a mistake putting chain tires on here instead of mud tires. We'll get there, but it's probably going to be a long road. Hopefully we get to some snowpack pretty soon. Or some ice. Alright, now we're trucking. It's a rather narrow little passage right here. Is this right? Yeah, I suppose it is. Alright, as long as we don't get stuck through here, we should be good to go. Yeah, that was good. We fit right through there. Looks a little drifty right here, and of course we got these bigger boulders. Those are going to cause us just a little bit of problem. Alright. 1 rock conquered, 2 to go. Might be able to just drive right up and over this one. Are we still on the right road here? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Just takes a pretty sharp left turn once we're through these rocks. I think we're definitely missing the mud tires a little bit here. Oh no. That was close. We're a little top heavy. So we're going to have to be careful. I did put an autonomous winch on this. Just because I'm not used to this truck's center of gravity, I have a real habit of using the same type of trucks. So I have no idea. It just looked like it was probably going to be top heavy, so I put an autonomous winch on it. Because I have a feeling I'll try to push it too far, and we're going to run into problems. It's kind of deep. Oh yeah, it is. It looks deep because it is. Now we're going to have to be careful right here that we don't flip it in these holes. Because I think this is going to be deep too. So we're going to want to hit it at the right angle. Okay. Almost through there. Alright, perfect. So far, mud tires would have been the way to go, but I'm hoping these chains pay off when we get more towards the top of the mountain where the safety area is. So far, there's water and mud, everything that we don't need chains for. You just never know. But hey, we're making it, right? We're not failing. So far, we are not failing. I think our biggest problem so far has just been those couple rocks we had to get up over in that narrow passage area. The mud hasn't really brought us to a halt. I realize we're going slow right now because I'm saying something about it, but the mud hasn't been too big of a problem yet. I should have brought the Chevy 1500 and put the new suspension and some of the new upgrades that they added to the game for that. That would be fun. But this is fun too. I haven't driven this yet. So much mud. You guys probably laughed at me when I said I was going to put chains on these tires to head up here. Those of you who have played before through this area. Alright, we got about 1/10 of a mile or so till we get to our turn. I'm hoping those chain tires pay off there. Once we get to that turn, I'm hoping. Shortly after that, these chain tires pay off. Slow going, folks. This is slow going. I will say this truck's doing pretty good as far as, the top heaviness goes. I can get it leaning pretty good, and I'm not too worried about falling over. There's been a couple of close calls, but I mean, for the most part, it's pretty stable considering how top heavy it looks like it would be. Hopefully this gets icy and pays off. So far the pass is just snowy though. Alright. Now we're getting some traction. Now we're moving. Hey man, it would just be nice to travel at that speed, you know? Let's have a look at the map, see how we're doing. It's gotta be ice right there, doesn't it? I mean, it just has to be icy right there. Alright guys, we got one more big turn. One more turn. We're almost at the top of this part. You can see we've been climbing pretty good though. We'll have to check out our view once we get to the top here, because we're definitely been climbing pretty good, so we might have a good view up here. But yeah, so far, snowy mountain pass, no ice. So far, we've come prepared for the wrong thing. Alright, this is going to get pretty steep right here again. It's so blinding with those lights. Too bright. My lights are too bright. Alright guys, we are almost to the rocks. This is where it's going to get icy. If it's going to, this is where it's going to happen. Alright, so how are we going to do over the rocks? A little bit of a tip hazard here. If we go slow, we should be okay though. Right, there we go. No ice so far, but a little bit of rock crawling. So maybe the Chevy with the Chevy 1500 with the rock crawling. Didn't they just add a rock crawling suspension to it? Some of the new modifications they added to it would have been the perfect choice for climbing up this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was so dangerous. I think at most we had 3 tires on this on solid surface there. Alright, well it looks like we are going to make it to the top here. Now, I'd really like to just go put the mud tires on and do this again. Just climb up here and just see how much different it is. Because I think it would be quite a bit different. Wish I could like turn the top lights off. Like a little bit more light customization. Saber. Saber would be nice if you could give us just a little bit more light customization. Push the light button once to turn on your headlights. Push it again to turn on your brights or whatnot. That would be cool. They could definitely do it. Ah, now that looks lovely. Once we get the design finished, I'll be sure to get you an extra album as a gift too. Alright, well, perfect. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. Let myself and YouTube know that you enjoy the content we're making here on the channel. And if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button. Each new subscriber we get helps the channel reach more people. And go ahead and hit that notification bell. and then you will not miss any of my future uploads. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed riding with me through Amur today, and I will see you on the next one.